Okay, so we have a circle with the equation x minus 3 squared plus y squared equals 18. So from that we know that we have a circle with center 3 and 0. So that's the center of our circle, and we know that it has a radius of square root of 18. Okay, that's some useful information. Now there is also a line with the equation y equals mx plus c that passes through the point 0, negative 9, which means this is the y-intercept. So negative 9, c is going to equal negative 9, and we'll see how to solve that with the equation. And this is especially tangent to the circle. Okay, so if we sketch this very quickly, have a very bad circle with a center, and we have a point, another point around here somewhere, and the line that goes tangent to the circle. Okay, so there's two lines that are tangent to the circle, and we need to find the slope of each of these lines, and we need to find the point of tangency. So there's going to be 2 points that we need to solve for. Okay, so one thing to remember is if we have a circle and we have a line and we want to see the intersections, so like this, then we're going to get a quadratic. That's the base rule here. Okay, so let's first find the c value. So we have y equals mx plus c, and we can say that, substitute this point in, so we can say that we can say that negative 9 equals m times 0 plus c, and you can see that this thing just fully cancels out, and we get c equals negative 9. So that was very simple, just basic linear equations. But now we need to equate this. We need to substitute this, so substitute y equals mx plus c into y over here, and then we can solve for x, and then potentially we can solve for m using a special discriminant rule. So we have x minus 3 squared plus mx minus 9, because c equals minus 9, we established that, equals 18. So first we need to expand this, and this would be x squared minus 6x plus 9, because negative 3 squared is positive 9, and we have plus, make sure to square the m as well, m squared x squared minus 18 mx, because it's 2 times minus 9 times m times x, and we have positive 81 equals 18. So we have like terms over here. So we have x squared and we have x squared over here, and we have a x to the power of 1 over here, and we have x to the power of 1 over here. So we can collect these terms together. So over here we have 1 plus m squared in brackets of x squared plus negative 6 over here, negative 6 minus 18 m times x, and then we have a positive 9 over here, and so we just add 9 plus 81 minus 18, we subtract 18 from both sides, and we get equals 0 over here. So this will simplify down to just 72, because 81 plus 9 is 19, 19 minus 18 is 72. So when we looked at the circle earlier, we have a circle and we have a line that is tangent to the circle. Now the line can also go straight through, but at this situation, in this situation we have 2 points where it intersects. Therefore the quadratic will have 2 solutions, but in the case that it's tangent, there's only 1 point that intersects. This means that the discriminant b squared minus 4ac must equal 0. Because that's the only way we will get one solution only for a quadratic. So we can substitute 1 plus m squared for a, minus 6 minus 18m for b, and c will equal semi 2. So let's do that. So we get 18m plus 6 squared. Now if you're wondering why I multiplied this by -1, it's simply because negative b squared is equal to b squared, and this is just for convenience. So we have minus 4 times m squared plus 1 times 72 equals 0. Now we can see that this will expand to a very big number, so we can take a shortcut here, and we're going to try and factorize 36 from this and this as well. Now a neat trick here is we can see that this is 6 is a common factor from both of these, so we can do 6 times 3m plus 1, and then we can square this, and then we can take the 6 out, and since this is squared, I'll get 36 on the outside over here, and then I can do 36 times 3m plus 1 squared minus 4 times m squared plus 1 times 2 times 36 equals 0. And we can see that 36 is a common factor in both of these, and we can just simply divide both sides by 36. 0 over 36 is just 0, so we don't change the right hand side, so we're left with 3m plus 1 squared minus 4 times, well, minus 8 times m squared plus 1, and this will expand to 9m squared plus 6m plus 1 minus 8m squared, not plus, minus 8. This will equal to 0, and we have like terms over here. We have an m squared over here, so we just do 9 minus 8, which is just 1, and we get m squared plus 6m minus 7 equals 0. Now we can split b over here. B can be split into plus 1, no, plus 7. So we have m squared plus 7, and we can also get minus 1. So we get m squared minus m plus 7, no, 7 m minus 7 equals 0. After this, we can just factorize both sides. We get m as a common factor. M times m minus 1 plus 7 times m minus 1 equals 0. These brackets are the same, so we can factor them out. M minus 1 times m plus 7 equals 0. Over here we can see that m minus 1 equals 0, so m will equal to 1. M will equal to -7 over here as well. So now we know the slopes for both the possible equations of the circle. And the next step is to substitute this into the quadratic again and solve for x. Then we solve for y. So if we substitute 1, we get 2x squared minus 24x plus 72 equals 0. Then we can divide everything by 2 and we get x squared minus 12x plus 36 equals 0. And since we set the discriminant to 0, we know that there's only one solution for this quadratic. And we can factorize this directly into x minus 6 squared, because the square root of 36 is 6. And this is a negative, so we have x minus 6 equals 0, and we get x equals 6. On this side, we're going to substitute negative 7 into it, and eventually we should get 50x squared plus 120x plus 72 equals 0. Let's divide everything by 2, and we get 25x squared plus 60x plus 36 equals 0. And we can do this shortcut again, since we know that this is going to be a perfect square and there's only going to be one solution. So I'm going to rewrite this as 5 squared x squared, and then we do plus 5 times 6x, right? And we do plus the same thing again, and then we get 6 squared. So we know that this is double the product of 5 and 6. So it's going to be in the form x squared plus 2x plus 1, similar form. And this will factor easily into 5x plus 6 squared equals 0. Because 5 times 6 is 30. You double 30, you get 60. So we get x equals, subtract 6 from both sides, you get 5x equals negative 6, and you get x equals negative 6 over 5. So now we know both x values, and if we substitute to get the y values, we can use the original mx plus c, and we get y equals m, which is 1 times 6 minus 9 is equal to negative 3. So 1 point is going to be 6 comma negative 3. That's one answer. The other answer is y equals negative 7 times negative 6 over 5 minus 9, and this is equal to negative 3 over 5, because this will be 42 over 5. 42 over 5 minus 45 over 5 is equal to negative 3 over 5. So the other point will be negative 6 over 5 comma negative 3 over 5. And that's how you solve this quite difficult question.